So today we're going to talk about something that nobody else will. We're going to talk about why freelancing sucks. And I mean really, really sucks. Like all of the bad things about freelancing that people are not talking about because they want to try to make you believe that everything is sunshine and rainbows and just excellent. So they're basically full of shit because there's a lot of things that are negative about freelancing that need to be known. So let's get started. Number one, so many people don't believe you're actually working because, oh my goodness, you can't actually work from home. You can't actually do work from home. You're not really working. You're just sitting at a computer. People do not respect the fact that if you are self-employed, if you are a freelancer, if you basically are home-based, that you're actually working. And they just don't fathom that somebody can work from home and it's not some sort of bullshit. It's really frustrating. It is probably one of my biggest frustrations, especially when you're sitting there trying to work and people just start yapping away like you're not doing something. Or if you're on a call, they start talking to you like you're not actually on a call. Like the whole idea of etiquette that would not be so much of an issue in a traditional workplace becomes a big issue at home. So people basically generally turn into assholes. The number two reason why freelancing sucks is kind of piggybacking off of the first one, but people think that you are able to drop everything whenever they feel like doing something. Now, currently, because of the type of work that I do have a completely flexible schedule. I will give it that. But there's a lot of inconsideration. There are times where people will show up in my driveway and say, hey, I know you're probably bored, so let's go do something. And it's kind of like, all right, guys, well, I do have things I need to do. I do need some heads up. And I know that this is a common complaint from other people that are home-based, is that people just think you can drop everything and just go because, again, they don't really see your work as actual work. Maybe it's because they're a little mad that they're still stuck in a cubicle. I don't know. The number three reason why freelancing sucks is that you never really feel like you've left the office. You don't get that satisfaction of punching out and walking out the door. You basically have to look at your office all of the time. So unless you're someone who's really special and has a whole big office somewhere in their house that is completely separate, you're constantly reminded of your workplace, and a lot of times that can lead to you sitting there checking your messages to see if anyone's contacted you, or checking your hip chat or your Skype or whatever. It's ridiculousness sometimes. You just don't feel like you have that sense of escapism, and it's like you have to go extra far out to feel like you've actually left. So that can be a pain. It can be a bit daunting, especially on your days off where you're like, did I really even leave? It's stupid. The number four reason why freelancing sucks is that sometimes your schedule is the complete opposite of every freaking else in the house. So if you are working for a client that's in a completely different time zone, and that's completely fine with you, you end up having a different sleep schedule, which means that people often sit there and want to pester you while you're sleeping. So it can be a pain in the ass. I worked for an Australian client for almost 2 years, and you know what? It sucked because I was sleeping when everybody else was awake, and if anything came up, it was, oh, let's pester Sarah. Let's wake her up real quick. Let's see if she knows the answer to the question, and it's stupid. Yeah, you should be able to keep that in check, but if you're in a family with kids and what have you, not so much. It's better if you live alone and be a hermit. The number five reason why freelancing sucks, and this is something that not a lot of people talk about, so I do feel a little bit of responsibility there, the taxes. You have to file as an independent contractor in the States. Really what has to happen within your individual country depends, but you need to look into it because it can mean that since you're not getting dinged for taxes when you get paid, you're going to get raped at tax time. So, you could sit there and be happy that you're making this little bit here and there, but if you're not making a substantial amount, it might be a bit difficult for you when it comes time to pay taxes because you need to have that self-control to basically say, well, I'm going to put half of my money aside and make sure that I have something to cover the taxes in the end. It's not the ability to be able to sit there and work and not have to pay taxes. You can't dodge that. So definitely need to talk to a tax professional. I would suggest having a tax professional file your taxes unless you've been doing it for some time. If you're new to it, it's going to be a wake-up call. I hate to tell you. Thank you for checking out my video. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. Yes, obviously some of these were a bit cheeky, but there is a lot of truth in everything that I said. From my personal experience in the past 3.5 years of freelancing, you know, these are some common struggles that I come across, and honestly, someone needs to talk about the things that are not so pretty about it. It is a fantastic way to be liberated employment-wise, but people need to stop sugarcoating it and seem like you're going to be crapping out rainbows all the time. It can suck. There are going to be times you're going to sit there and say, why did I even get into this? But again, thank you very much for stopping by. Make sure to like and subscribe. I will be putting out a lot more content with regards to freelancing and just the work style around it. So it won't be this whole, oh, this is how you can make a lot of money work from home. No, I'm going to talk about how to set yourself up for the best odds from a home-based professional perspective. But I'll also talk about some of the fun stuff behind the scenes and some of the not so fun stuff and just some top tips and what have you to help you have the best work style possible. So hope you guys have an awesome week. Thank you much for stopping by, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.